Welcome to the Tactical Dent Tech Podcast. You are now part of a small underground movement of dent technicians from all over the world. We are on a mission to change our industry with innovation, intelligence, and skill. But because we don't rely on an insurance company to steer customers our way, we need to do things different. We need to do things smarter. We do that through a network of technicians that we call the Tactical Tech Movement. Now let's get this revolution started.
Hey, what's up, everybody? John Hiley here with Angela Hiley with the Tactical Dent Tech Podcast.
Yay!
A special edition here on Saturday morning.
Ooh.
And what we wanted to do, we wanted to give all of our listeners a heads up because we are dropping, above and beyond giving you guys a heads up, we're going to go and have a little bit of a podcast here. But we want to let you guys know that you are officially, if you're listening to this at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, you have a jump on the Tactical Punishers that we only have 100 of them available. And it's the Murdered Out edition. Go check them out. They are bad as fuck. And you can check it out at bestdenthammer.com.
That is
bestdenthammer.com. And this is the cheapest rate that we've ever sold them. I mean, they're free shipping in the United States. Sorry, foreigners. It's 100.
It's nothing against y'all in the
but
other
y'all
countries.
shipping's expensive as hell.
Yes.
It's expensive as hell, man. I can't do free shipping on that. I'd end up paying you for that hammer.
That's true.
Yeah. But it is $109 free shipping in the continental United States, which is a killer deal for the very first model we've ever came out with that's been powder coated. And it is the Tactical Punisher Murdered Out Edition, black on black. But we got something that we're running as well with it. It's fucking awesome. It is a 6-inch extension that turns that hammer into basically 3 hammers because you can use a mini hammer, which I hear people like, and I actually like fooling around with it like that. And we also, you can turn it into a 12-inch hammer or an 18-inch hammer. And on top of that, we also got the infamous killer clown nose in. The infamous killer clown nose that we have not had in stock forever. Okay, the company I got them here in Dayton basically stopped making them for a while, so they stopped doing runs on them and stuff like that. We also got the 24K gold ball, which is a brass blending ball. I don't know if you guys ever worked with brass before, but it has a blunt impact type thing. I mean, it definitely blends well, but it has something where it just delivers into the panel. And we actually, a while back, I noticed that a lot of my steel blending balls were rusting and they were coming in kind of a little bit odd shaped. So we went with brass because brass does tend to tarnish, but it hangs on much longer than steel. And all you got to do is chuck it in your drill, give it one spin with some polish with a little microfiber towel, and it's like it's fucking brand new again. So it just definitely, it's a much better product than steel. It's about the same weight, but it has a nice blunt impact to it that's phenomenal. So
It's the ball that just keeps on giving.
yep, and she actually polished the shit out of them for you.
Yes, I did.
So check it out. We got a video we're dropping as well. If you guys haven't seen it, let me turn off my, is this your phone?
Yeah, it's somebody not important
All right.
calling me.
What'd I tell you about that, girl?
Listen, let's say 90% of the time my phone rings, it's nobody important.
Yelp. Are you yelping?
No,
Want to
it's
buy some health insurance?
Yeah, the health insurance.
So anyhow, above and beyond that, check out the video. I show you guys how versatile this thing is. I mean, you can use it to leverage. You can bolt it down to the interior panels. You can get badass leverage in all kinds of places. If you guys been watching any of my videos, I've been using it. Used it on an Infinity Fender that, I mean, like I had to have it. I mean, to get the type of leverage I could to push that crease out the way that I did, had to have it. But anyhow, I'm not going to sit here and just continue selling you my hammer because it is available. We know it's going to sell out, and I want to give you guys a heads up ahead of time. You can head on over there, check it out.
Yeah. If you
All right.
want it, jump on it.
Yeah, because I'm not officially launching the sale till 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
So if you're a diligent listener and you got on here early in the morning and you seen us pop up on your iTunes and you jumped on here and listened to it,
And you want that damn hammer?
yeah, here you go.
Go get it.
Yeah, hammer time. Bow, 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 bow.
Oh, that's right. You still owe me a dance.
Oh, shit.
You owe me a dance.
This girl makes me promise her.
A dance every week, and it has to be to a song that I
She
love.
she likes me to entertain her Instagram following, is what it is.
No, I love to share the world with you. Because you're so
Share
special.
me with the world, you mean?
Yeah, because you're special and you're
Yeah,
funny.
because you like to watch
and
me dance.
and I get such a giggle out of it.
Yeah. I like to hold off on you, though, a little bit. Make you wait.
I know.
Punish you.
Well, I think this time around we'll have to have Lily in on it because the last week when you did it, you broke Instagram.
Oh, yeah, that's right. As soon as I did it, Facebook and Instagram broke.
Exactly. And
Shit.
remember they
Don't
flagged.
tell me I ain't got moves.
Yeah, and they flagged it and they said
flagged my post.
and they couldn't put it up because
It was too provocative.
it was violating. It was almost like a fight.
Yeah, it was violence.
It was John versus Lily the Schnauzer.
Yeah, I was dancing with my dog.
They did.
And
There was only one person that's seen it, and that was Ingrid.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was just her.
Nice.
And that's after that, they said that they flagged it and they couldn't put it up. And the next thing you know, Instagram and Facebook go down. And I'm like,
Is that guy beating that dog's ass and dancing?
I think she was beating your ass.
Yeah, right. I know. So anyhow, guys and gals, we actually get a lot of females that contact us as well that listen to the podcast. So guys and gals, I want to tell you guys a little success story I recently heard. I don't know his name, but my boy Andrew, who lives in Australia, actually let me know that there's a gentleman who does detailing with him. Wish I would have grabbed your name because I had a meeting with Andrew this morning. We actually just did his website for him. And there's a gentleman in Australia that evidently he's been doing detailing for quite a while. And he listens to our show. He's a avid podcast listener. What's up, homie? Appreciate you. We actually just heard that he had been talking for a long time about franchising his company.
Mm-hmm.
And from listening to the show and getting down and getting dirty with some shit and putting in work, he was able to go out and actually do it, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So instead of just fucking talking, he decided to go out and do it and make shit happen. So,
like they said, they always say actions or.
yep. I love hearing that, guys. Anybody hit me up. Y'all got a story about how we inspired you to make shit happen? Let us know.
Wait a minute. What's that quote? Actions are better than words. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Did I say it right?
Here's my favorite one. It's from a Kid Rock song. It says, people always talk about what they want to do. Maybe their face needs to meet my shoe. You know? So, yeah, that's it, man.
sad.
Well, that's it, though. You know what I'm saying? It's
I
like
know.
everybody wants to sit around and talk about what the fuck they're going to do.
I know.
As soon as, like, literally, as soon as I meet somebody and they start talking about what they're going to do, I already know that they're.
I'm already checked out.
I already
I'm
know
like,
they're failing. They're already failing.
I'm just like, I'm checked out. I'm just like, I need to get out of the situation.
Yeah, because it's like, why would you tell anybody? The reason, I'll tell you why people do things like that, and I detect this with a lot of people. People are into initial excitement, right?
Absolutely.
They like to say things because they want to excite the person that they're talking to,
Yeah.
and they don't realize that normally they just look stupid. You know, like I had a guy in here the other day.
But is that
and,
the same thing as bullshitting though?
You know, in a sense it is. Yeah, you're bullshitting yourself kind of, because really the people who do things don't really talk a whole lot about it before they do it. You know, number one, you don't really want to give anybody a heads up of what you got going on.
Yeah.
You want to at least have a good bite on a lot of it being done,
Yeah.
you know, because you never want somebody to beat you to the punch. And that's just something successful people think about.
Yeah.
And above and beyond that, it's like, it's just like so many people just won't shut the fuck up. They just talk and talk and talk.
Yeah.
And the truth of the matter is that action is what makes things happen.
Yeah.
And like I pay attention to a lot of folks. But as soon as I start hearing that talk, like I hear like people are trying to, especially when I first meet somebody, and I really don't know them that well.
Yeah.
And we kind of start to get to know each other, and then they start talking about, you know, these things, you know, that they're trying to like excite me. Like I'll give you guys an example. We had a customer come in not too long ago, and I don't think he's a bad guy. Like, don't get me wrong, but I just knew right off the bat that as a businessman, he wasn't really on his point, is what he was trying to make me believe, you know.
Yeah.
And one of the reasons why is that he kept talking about how he knew this manufacturer who could get tools on the Snap-on truck. And I tried to explain to him that idea wouldn't work with my tool.
Yeah.
And that it was, because he was into some sort of manufacturing. So we were talking tools, and I was kind of showing him my handle that we had created, and we we're talking about it. And he knew some sort of manufacturer that had some tools on a Snap-on truck. And immediately when he started acting like he could get me on the Snap-on truck, the first moment that I've ever met the guy,
Yeah.
that just immediately I knew that like that's somebody who's into the gratification of trying to make somebody excited to be around them. Because that's not something anybody says or does. I mean, you don't offer things when you first meet somebody like that.
No.
And on top of that, when somebody tells you that it's not a good idea anyway, because what would it help for me to get my handle on a Snap-on truck? I
Yeah.
mean, there's really ultimately Snap-on, when they sell stuff, it's meant to be sold mainly to body shops and mainly to car dealers, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, there's only a handful of dent guys here and there, so they would be hanging on to product for a long time. It's meant to be on, and it might be. We might have it with Anson. Okay.
Yeah.
So this might be the first product that I've let go, the handle, and let a bigger tool manufacturer, deal with it. So
Mm-hmm.
we'll see how that goes. I'm going to do a pre-launch first, pre-order and all that stuff, and then we'll see where we go from there. Never know. Well, we will soon see, y'all. But above and beyond that, what I want to talk about on this show, okay? Hey, by the way, appreciate you, homie. I'm glad that you went out and got your franchise stuff done.
Mm-hmm.
I know a detailer that's been talking about that for like 30 years. And he still has, the last time I seen him, he had a picture.
He's out there making
He had a
shit
picture.
happen.
The last time I seen him, he had a picture of it drawn up. And so finally, out of 30 years, he had a picture of it drawn up. And I'm just afraid he's never going to take the leap. And to be honest with you, taking the leap takes balls, okay? And it also, I'm going to tell you what takes you, because what we're talking about today is motivation and how I believe that motivation is so fucking overrated. Now, not the type of, not that motivation is bad, that motivation is needed, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Because the truth of the matter is anybody can do something. Anybody can do shit or get shit done when they're motivated.
Yeah.
The difference between successful people and the average person is that the average person cannot do it when they don't feel, or cannot do it when they don't feel like it.
Yeah.
They have to be motivated. A successful person has a mindset and willpower and mental toughness to do it when you don't feel like doing it.
Exactly. Or even if like you're going through something and there's shit that has to be done, but you don't want to do it. But if you don't do it, then, you're going to end up sinking.
Matt, the best thing you can possibly do when you're going through ruts is work on your business, because it takes your mind off of it.
Yeah, and
And
they say that it's a good thing to do.
Yeah. And I'm not even saying like not dealing with it, because you can deal with it, but it's a lot fucking healthier to deal with something when you are actually doing something for yourself as well.
Mm-hmm.
So you're growing as a human being. You're because ultimately we all know this. We all know that there's like, if you're an entrepreneur, you're going to have guilt inside when you're not doing anything.
Mm-hmm.
So it's either live with that guilt and on top of that be going through shit,
Mm-hmm.
or be going through shit and you don't have to live with the guilt of not doing shit.
I think sometimes, especially when you're going through shit, if you're able just to work and kind of stick your mind in a different scenario, that's going to bring a lot of positivity, and it's going to help you be able to get through the hard times.
Absolutely. But, above and beyond hard times, like there's days when we'll wake up and I mean, you feel like crawling into a hole.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to get up and go to work. You don't want to do anything whatsoever. And I find that them times, if you push through and you use mental toughness and you start working through them times, here's what I always envision, because that's always the best thing to do at that time, because your whole day, your whole scenario will change. Because again, if you're an entrepreneur, you're going to feel guilty if you're not doing anything anyway, right?
Mm-hmm.
So on the days where you don't feel like doing shit, you're normally down in the dumps. So on top of being down on the dumps, you're going to feel guilty for not getting anything done.
Yeah.
So now you're piling on.
It just makes it worse.
It just makes it absolutely worse. So the key to it is to have that mental toughness and work through any situation.
Yeah.
And here's what I always envision. I always envision my competitors like sitting there when they have bad days and eating a tub of Haagen-Dazs ice cream and watching soap operas while I am fucking shit up on them days. You know, it's kind of like Muhammad Ali when he talked about being in the gym, in the boxing gym. He said, you know, I hated every day of that fucking training.
Yeah.
He hated every day of it. But he said he wanted to suffer now and live the rest of his life as a champion. That's the bottom line. You know what I mean? You have to suffer now and live the rest of your life as a champion. Oh, yeah, we got 2 phones, guys, by the way.
That's the work line.
That's the work line right there. I'm turning that one off now. So, but, I mean, that's the core message that I wanted to drop today because, you know, yeah, you know what? I love reading new books. I love learning new things and things like that definitely do motivate me. And you definitely do want to fill yourself with knowledge and you want to surround yourself with people that got the right vibes, you know?
Yeah.
And people that, you know, bring that type of positivity and that light in your life, right? But you don't want to have to rely on that to get shit done.
Yeah.
Because ultimately, your competitors, people that you're competing against, I would almost bank that on days when they feel bad, they don't get shit done. I'll give you guys another example of something that I do. So on days that I feel like shit, I will start subbing things out. So what I'm going to try to do is I try to go on to places like Fiverr and Freelancer and some of the Upwork, you know, some of the different places. And I start subbing a bunch of shit out because I'll pay for it to be done. And just by doing that, like I'm tripling you could take 1 hour or 2 hours of sitting there and subcontracting things out that need to be done and basically amplify that 1 or 2 hours into 10 or 20 hours worth of labor. So now, not only on a day that I felt like shit did I get things done, but I amplified my time by 10 or 20.
Yeah. And normally that's going to give you a boost to get yourself out of that funk.
Yeah. And I mean, you know, that's what I always look at. Like when I'm late at night and I'm sitting there, you know, working at like 10 p.m. and she's starting to yell at me from upstairs telling me that I got to come to bed.
Yeah, like get your ass up here and cuddle with me.
Yeah, so when that's happening,
Cuddle time.
I'm sitting there looking like at the clock and I'm going, man, I got 20 minutes left. And I'm looking there and I'm going, so what can I do to make this 20 minutes the
You're probably
greatest
hoping
impact?
You're probably hoping that I just doze off for like 45 minutes and then you're like
Right. Because like I'm tired of shit. You know, I'll be honest with you at that time because we wake up early in the morning. And I'm tired of shit at that time. So my eyes are starting to get droopy. My mind is not firing like it probably should at that time and at that late at night. So I'm sitting there going, I've got 20 fucking minutes. What can I do? That's when I start getting on the horn. I start contacting people, write me 4 blogs, write me 8 blogs, you know, do this for me, write me 10 Facebook posts. I start going to all of my channels and just asking them to do shit for me.
Yeah.
So that way when I wake up in the morning, I got all these messages going, all right, boss, I got this done. Hey, what about this? Hey, this, right? And I amplified. I took that 20 minutes and I turned it into 20 hours.
Yeah, and then the next
worth of
morning
labor
you're like
work.
you're able to work on all cylinders.
Yeah. Yep. The next morning you're firing on all cylinders. That's another thing you guys also got to structure, like, because, you know, you got to know yourself, number one. But in general, people their brain power fires better in the morning.
Yes,
I've heard people say that's incorrect though. I've heard people that maybe their brain works like at midnight or 1 o'clock. And there's people that are night owls that actually light up at that time. I don't fucking know because I don't do it, right? But you need to know what you are, when your downtime is, you know, when your brain is firing the absolute best, and maximize that time by doing what you need to do, and then take the rest of the downtime where your brain is not on point or not firing as well, and use that time to maximize by hiring people to do what they need to do.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. And if you guys haven't listened to the old school Voltron podcast, that I don't know, did we talk about Voltron on here?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we did.
So I know we did on one of my other podcasts, but like the idea of it is that you want to, as a business owner, you want to surround yourself with the right team of people where literally you come together and become this unstoppable force, which is your Voltron.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter, you know, in the past, in the cultures, like even Andrew Carnegie, he was asked what created his wealth. And he said that it was a mastermind group of about 30 people that all were the absolute best in what they did.
Yeah.
And with that 30 people, he created the mass amounts of wealth that he did. Now, I'm not telling you to go get 30 people, but you need to be surrounding yourself with 2, 3, or 5.
Yeah.
And being able to reach out and create that Voltron and create that power network to move your business forward is amplifying what you're doing, amplifying what you've got. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Most people use, people that use us because we amplify their Voltron. We do that. We do that for a lot of folks. We take care of their blogs. We take care of their copywriting, stuff like that. Right. So, but if you don't have one, I'm just telling you guys, you need to work on getting one.
Isn't there like a tune or something that goes when all them Voltrons are like, the parts are like all connecting together? Those were the cats, right?
There was Thundercats. You could create a Thundercat too. There was
maybe that's the one I wonder.
Right.
Is that the one I'm thinking of? Is Thundercats?
Probably, yeah. And there's also Transformers, but yeah, Thundercats actually created together too, but so did Voltron. Voltron was kind of like a Transformers.
Yeah.
Yeah, where you combined and they created this one giant Voltron.
But when they were in separate parts, what were they though? Weren't they like just separate characters?
Yeah.
Right?
Yep. Yeah, and what they did is I think they all rode in like a mini spaceship that united together.
Huh, I wonder if
and just a heads up, guys, the other week when we were talking about Michael Jordan having...
that's right, his van.
Yeah, I accidentally was saying Patrick Ewing when I
Who
actually
was
met...
it?
It was Dennis Rodman.
Dennis
It
Rodman.
was when Dennis Rodman joined the Bulls, and for some reason...
That dude's a freaking character.
Well, for some reason, I get one track minded, and I will just totally forget, and I will get stuck on like one. And for some reason, I was stuck on Patrick Ewing that day.
Mm-hmm.
And but yeah, I have since been corrected, and it was actually Dennis Rodman. If you haven't
Dennis
listened
Rodman.
to that podcast, yeah.
That dude was a straight up peacock.
Oh yeah, sure. yeah.
I
So-
mean, he was very, with his outer appearance and whatnot.
Yeah,
He was an interesting character.
motherfucker was peacocking. So anyhow, y'all, we just want to drop this little podcast on you because I know the weekend's coming,
Yeah.
or it is the weekend now. And if you're anything like me, if you guys are entrepreneurs, y'all are kind of excited when the weekend gets here because that's when I can really get down and focus on work.
Oh my God.
I can actually focus on like more of the things that I'm building. And I'll be honest with you,
There's still a little bit of play though.
sure, yeah, you got to mince that in there. My whole thing on Saturday and Sunday is that I'm going to get shit done, but I'm going to do things that I really want to do. Them are kind of my growth days, and then on Sunday is the day where I really think a lot about creating content for social media.
Mm-hmm.
And I spend a good amount of the day working on content for social media. And in between that, we do things. But to be honest with you, I don't really enjoy sitting around and watching TV.
You're just always taking over my computer.
Yeah. So, because you don't want me to leave and come here.
No, I know.
You want to keep me in your eyesight.
Yeah.
So you can come down and. This girl doesn't like me to be away from her, do you?
No.
No.
Hey, but it works for us though.
Yeah, that works for us. So, but yeah, but I mean, I don't watch TV. I don't do that. I mean, unless it's in the evening, we might watch a TV show or something.
Yeah.
But during the day, I mean, what else are you gonna do? I mean, there's things we
I've
go
been wanting
places.
to watch that Michael Jackson thing though.
Yeah, but we'll end up watching that in the evening at some point. At some point, you got to cut it
Yeah.
off, of course. But anyhow, that's what I enjoy doing. I enjoy working on business. I enjoy. I mean, sometimes I swear to you guys that I wake up in the morning and I'll wake up excited because I know I get to go work on my business that day.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, but anyhow, I mean, that's just part of it. It's the process, it's understanding the game. It's like being in the process, being immersed in it. And, hey, there could be worse things I'm immersed in.
Yeah, that's true.
Could be injecting that marijuana.
Injecting the marijuana.
Oh,
my.
now that is, guys. Smoking that tweed.
Smoking that tweed.
All right, everybody. So anyhow, we're going to bounce out of here.
Yes,
And,
you all have
what's
a
the-
happy weekend.
What's the domain name they need to go to get that tactical hammer if they haven't already put it on pause and went and got one?
Best
Dent.com.
Dent Hammer? bestdenthammer.com.
She's like, why didn't you name it tactical? I was like, I wanted something easy to spell.
You're right. bestdenthammer.com.
bestdenthammer.com.
And those are 3 easy words to spell.
Right. I know. That's thinking right there.
Yeah, so if you can't spell best, dent, or hammer,
just hit me up. We'll send you a link. All right, everybody. So anyhow, we are going to be bouncing out of here.
Yes.
And we've got to go pick up the tequila bottle we just had engraved for Jake.
Yeah, we'll be sending that out to him.
Yeah, we got an awesome quote on there, right?
Yeah, I think he'll get a giggle, and I think he'll love it.
Tell him who we won't tell him what the quote is until later, but who did we quote?
Easy E.
No, we quoted Easy Motherfucking E.
Oh, Easy Motherfucking E.
With the tactical logo on top.
Ow!
That's how you do tequila, homie. All right, everybody. So anyhow, we're going to see you on that next one.
Remember, it's all about the hustle. Bang, bang.
Pew, pew.